This is why you should deadlift. Not sumo deadlift, conventional deadlift. The reason being is that you don't want to treat the deadlift as a comfortable movement. The excuse that, yeah, it's a lot of pressure on my lower back, that's the whole point of the conventional deadlift. It's a great movement to build the erectors. Yes, you can do rack pulls, but there's just something animalistic, something that brings you out of your comfort zone in training with heavy deadlifting. Of course, I'm not saying it's for everyone, but if you're healthy and trained smart, deadlifts almost becomes therapeutic because of how challenging it is on your recovery. It's basically a full body movement with a lot of emphasis on your posterior chain. Instead of taking cold showers, just go for a heavy deadlift session because the PRs, the way your body feels, it's just absolutely euphoric.
Here's the simplest 3-step process for a perfect Romanian deadlift that you will ever see. Step 1, prepare to lower the bar. Brace your abs down, like you're anticipating a punch. Next, always keep the bar over the middle of your feet, with an equal and normal feeling of balance in them from heel to toe. Step 2, with your shins held vertically, lower the bar. Imagine you're reaching your hips back to the wall behind you. Keep the bar in contact with your legs until you reach your knees. After that, the bar will remain about 1 inch away from your shins. Lower down until your knees are bent at about a 15 to 20 degree angle. It'll feel like you can't push your butt back anymore. Step 3, lift. Simultaneously envision that you're pushing your feet down into the floor and driving your hips through. Also, you need to know this. As you push your butt back, you may or may not feel the glutes. And that's okay. Don't worry about it if you don't. If the form is right, they'll be used.
Alright, quick tip, when you're doing Romanian deadlifts, don't bend your knees forward because this turns it more into a squat, which takes the tension off your hamstrings and places it on your quads. Instead, hinge your hips back and bend your knees while keeping your shins vertical so that you can maintain the tension entirely in your hamstrings.
Saying is that if you don't have adequate hamstring range of motion to bend forward with a perfectly neutral spine and you're deadlifting with a rounded lumbar spine, is not as strong as a neutral lumbar spine. You can look up the work of Dr. Stuart McGill, who wrote a couple books about low back health and fitness and performance. He's a researcher in the field of low back biomechanics and in athletics. And what he has said is that a neutral spine is the strongest biomechanical position for lifting things. So what I mean is, let's say that you're going to deadlift, and you go to pick the bar up, but you cannot extend enough through your hamstrings to have this neutral lumbar spine, and you actually pull in this position. Sure, you still might be hella strong, you might lift a lot of weight, but 1, it's not safe, and 2, you could be even stronger if you just got a little bit more hip flexion range of motion, and a little bit more hamstring extensibility. So that is kind of the counterintuitive way that, in a roundabout way, stretching might make you stronger in your deadlift. Like I said, it's not because stretching makes your muscles stronger, but being in a biomechanically optimal position makes you stronger and safer. So, work on those hamstrings, you'll have a strong shape.